And we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Sylvia, you were in the room first, girl. You was
Hey.
waiting for us. So we are back for the podcast that you all know and love. It's been a minute, but we back, and the podcast is called what? Really, bitch?
Coordination was off.
I'm about to say that coordination was bad. See, that's what happens when you don't do it for a while. You get, so we'll be back. Me and Mink will be back on coordination because Face never says it. And I'm here with my co-host Face and Mink. We're gonna start with you, Face. What's good? How you doing? How's it going? How's life?
Life is good. I can't. Oof. Felt scrunched up for a second. I feel like a roll now.
We can stretch now. Like,
Jack, man, I'm like, we'll do this podcast like this.
Like when we're sitting on the couch together.
Right, like. But nah, I'm good, especially the past couple of weeks, or past 3 weeks. What, I had a week off vacation. Me and the wife went on a trip.
I know you had your vacation, so happy anniversary. That was nice. Now, were y'all at a resort? Like, where were y'all at? Because
we were at a resort in.
What about like the COVID? Like, were they putting a lot of stuff in precaution for COVID and stuff?
Yeah, it was like, wear your mask in common areas, but there was like around the swimming pool. It's a bar there. And everything, so it's kind of like they kind of spaced out like the way they put the seats and everything, but kind of like use common sense. They had hand sanitizer everywhere.
Yeah,
like put a mask on when you're talking to people you don't know. Like that's kind of.
I tell you what, I feel like I've been saying this all over the place. I feel like we're about to go back into quarantine, so we're going to get stocked up. We don't want to be camped out at the Costco at 7:00 in the morning looking for toilet paper. That was me.
Whoa,
that was me. But I got lucky day 2. Day 1, I didn't get no toilet paper, but day 2, baby, I was in there.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool at a resort. I met the the telltale drunken white girl coming from the bar group. That one that apparently
we're gonna get wasted. Yeah.
But of course, there's always one.
Did they almost catch the beat down from the PO?
Nah, actually, luckily she wasn't even with me.
Oh, okay.
Actually, she could have been. They tried to get political with me on the walk to the thing, and I'm like,
oh Lord, no.
How do you feel about wearing that mask? And I was like, well, my mask is custom. I love my mask. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, not only that, but the I don't know if y'all saw, who was it? The mayor. It was the mayor. It was either mayor or the governor. It might have been the governor. I don't know. One of those officials from New Jersey, and the reporter asked him about people complaining about wearing that mask and it being uncomfortable and blah blah blah. He was like, "Well, how about death? Is that uncomfortable?" Like, it's like your options are hello and hello. Like, come on, man. But anyway.
Yeah, I was like, my mask is custom. Whatever. So they all in my face. I'm like, are you a DJ? I'm like, yes, it says it right there on. Reading is fun. Are y'all from Florida? Because I was.
Oh no! Oh, hey, love. Hey, Quintessential. Well, Mink, what's been going on with you? Because I haven't talked to you in a minute. What's going on, girl?
I told somebody the other day I'm living somewhere between Good Times and Jefferson. Scratching and survive and moving on up.
I was about to say scratching and surviving and moving on up. Okay, you and the legal roommate, y'all still doing good.
So basically, you're scratching up.
I'm scratching my way up that ladder.
Scratching up. I like it.
We good. Everybody's good here. Thankfully. Honestly,
is baby girl on campus? Is baby girl back at school or is she home?
No, they shut she never went. They shut their campus down. They delayed opening, and then they just shut the campus down altogether. First hit was some of their football players. And that was early, like that was pre-semester. I think it was somewhere between 6 and 12 football players that were tested positive.
So basically the whole starting squad and one backup.
Right, basically.
They just went ahead and they gave them an option of doing it hybrid. She had one professor for her that was holding out. And after she explained her situation, he said, yeah. And I think a week later, the university just said everybody is virtual. So
Well, that is interesting. That is interesting. I've been all right over here. Y'all don't know because I ain't talked to either one of y'all, but my car got totaled.
Oh no.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, I was in a hit and run. So they ran me in the back.
Oh, Ella, we just catching up, bro.
Yeah. Ella, what y'all talking about? Oh yeah, we just catching up. So I've been dealing with that. You know how that goes. And I ended up having to get a new car. So been dealing with that. It didn't just work.
How are you doing after the accident? How you feeling?
I'm pissed. Like I physically feel fine. I am pissed. You know, it's kind of like
Wait, was your car paid off?
Huh?
Your car paid off?
No, I mean it is now. I mean it wasn't.
Oh, I mean, because when I told him my car paid off, and I was mad.
That car was only like 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God I wasn't upside down in it. So the payoff amount pretty much covered it. And then I think it was a difference of like $700, but then I had gap insurance. Of course, that's a whole nother pain in the butt. Child, that gap insurance it's a good thing. They make you jump through so many hoops because of course they don't want to pay it. And my thing is, it's only $700. I've paid you more in premium than you about to pay to finish paying off my car. Like, dude, two more car notes, pretty much my car would have been paid off. I mean, I would have been under that anyway, like 2 more months. So I'm gonna need y'all to chill out and pay that damn money, okay? Hey, what's up? What's up, sister? Hey, Gina. Hey, Brandon. Gina, I need to call you. Somebody gave me a great idea about something. It might be too late for us to do it, but I'm gonna call you about it. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on here. Just this whole virtual thing is just thank you, Jaded. Thank you, baby. This whole virtual thing is just I can't.
Word. Yo, you know what? I kind of feel for teachers after being home because I've been home all this week and listening to my youngest, and I swear she's trolling her teacher. I swear she is. I swear, not that like she's a bad kid. You know, she made an honor roll and everything, but it's like, yo, I'm like, did she just ask the same question 3 times, like in 3 different ways? I'm like, Slim.
Oh, they do that all the time. Oh, like, trust me, they do that all the time.
Just out of nowhere, I'm like, Slim, I think she about to call her teacher mom because she called her name every 5 minutes to ask a question. I'm like, Slim, I'm getting annoyed, and you're not even talking to me. I had to pull her to the side. I'm like, Slim, if you don't relax on that, you need to stop.
Give them free. Let them be free.
Listen, let me tell you something. Trust me when I tell you that kids have mastered the art of asking the same question 20 different ways. They have also mastered the art of asking the question you just answered. They have also mastered the art of being brutally honest about all of the above, because they will tell you, I wasn't paying attention when you said it the first time.
I mean, honestly, for me, that's just parenting. That my kid.
Well, I'm not nobody's damn parent.
That's what I'm just used to. I mean, I'm 20 years in, asked the same question 5 times, and I just sit there like that.
Danny says she loves your hair, Queen Mink. I know, right? Angela Davis came busting through the door, honey.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. It's been a struggle. But I'm loving the struggle. I'm loving the journey. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we're doing. We're au natural now.
Oh, I haven't had a relax. I told you in over a year. I just had braids in my hair.
Right.
I mean,
I ain't gonna say
is that a sign? Is that a sign of the times or just a choice?
It's just a choice. I got tired of it's. There's a lot of detail, but the short is, no, I mean, honestly, it wasn't anything necessarily wrong or anything, but me doing this, I discovered a lot of things, a lot of truths about my hair that I didn't know were true. So, because I've been relaxing since I was about 9 years old. So yeah, so I'm learning to love my hair and the state that my hair is in.
Okay.
It's. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to go there, but I don't care. But it's like a whole thing with it. Like I always thought I had a sensitive scalp, but what it really wasn't a sensitive scalp. More like it probably was chemical burn.
Got you.
I got
you. Well, I'm creamy crack, so yeah. I have not hit that level of I have not hit that level of self-awareness. Okay.
And the thing about it, in all honesty, if you would have caught me a year ago, I probably would have had me a t-shirt made to say creamy crack specialist, like for real. But it was just that, I mean, I love the freedom of it. I love the fact that my hair does what my hair was supposed to do. It's just finding my curl pattern, finding my whatever, finding my me. And it really has been a fun journey. It's hard to kind of explain. But I'm not saying this for everyone, because again, a year ago or 2 years ago, I'd have been like, child, cheese, hand it over.
Right. And that's why I said I haven't, I may wake up one day and decide, hey, you know what I mean? So again, I mean, I'm saying where I am right now.
Yeah. Yes. And it looks nice, and that's just it. And I think that
thank you. I'm trying to get this bob thing working. My hair is not really cooperating. My hair doesn't grow like it used to. That's a sign that I'm getting old. I don't know how I feel about that, because my hair used to grow like a weave. I never have, but like I have been really trying to grow my hair out, and it has taken almost 2 years for my hair to get to this, because I had chopped it off. It has taken almost 2 years, and that is a problem because it never. So I was like, I'm getting older. My hair is just not doing what I needed to do anymore. So, but anyway,
you know what? Try to look when you get a chance. Look up rice water for hair.
I've heard great things. Now I have heard a lot of good things about rice. Even men, they're marketing rice water for men who want to try to regrow their hair or fill in patches for their beard and stuff. I've heard some stuff.
No, I'm gonna keep mine where it is. I'm good.
And so now I will say what I do miss about my hair was the length of it that it was before I cut it. I do miss that. So I'm
being
going
able to throw it up in a ponytail when you feel like it and all of that.
So I'm and I don't know how long it actually. This was shaved. I was
getting ready to say your hair is actually because the curls. So if you were to actually straighten it out, I mean, it would be probably really a good length. Yeah,
it's a hot comb in there. So I know it's a hot comb in there somewhere, mate.
I do have a hot comb in my house. I actually have a hot comb in my house. I got a blow dry and everything, but again, I'm good.
Well, let's talk about it. Some people are talking in the chat about where we are with COVID, and like I just said,
we about to square one in Maryland. We about to square one.
Yeah, I said I feel like I really believe we're about to go back into quarantine. Like, I'm not even playing when I keep telling people that. Go ahead and get your stuff together, get your stuff in order. Last time we ain't had no time, we didn't have no warning. But I really feel like if you watch the numbers and you see what's going on, the same thing happened the last time. It went state by state. Some places it went county by county. But you're noticing Chicago's putting in restrictions again. California's putting in restrictions again. New York, you're noticing these patterns. Some places, instead of moving to the next phase, they're like, oh, well, we were supposed to move to phase 3 on whatever date. Nope, we're gonna stay at phase 2. So I saw that Texas was the first state to record over 1 million cases, and then the very next day, California became the second state. And yes, the population; these are those two are our most populous states, but it doesn't matter. It's still that number. That is a staggering number. You're talking about over 2 million cases in 2 states. That doesn't even count the rest of the country. So we see that the numbers keep going up every day. Last week we were at 100,000 new cases, and that was the record. Yesterday we were up to 160,000 new cases, and that was the record. So
every day, every week is a new record.
Right.
It's not. It's going the wrong way.
Right. It's going in the wrong direction. L Love was saying Wisconsin, and I know Wisconsin is one of those states where Trump had one of his rallies, and they already didn't want him to come do the rally. The medical people, I ain't talking about politically, but the medical people were already saying, please don't come here because it is going to become an issue. And the numbers were already, sort of bad. Right. And in Wisconsin, they're even at the point now where their hospitals are full. So they're sending people outside of the state now. If you come in there and you have to be admitted into ICU, you're actually being transported to other states because their hospitals are full. Like, I need y'all to wrap your brain around that. The hospitals in the whole state are full. Now, granted, Wisconsin, again, not one of our most populous, not popular, but as far as population, but it doesn't matter. All the fucking hospitals are full.
All of them.
That's crazy.
But see, part of the problem is it goes back to what you're saying, though. People don't want to believe. People don't want to believe. People don't want to believe that either it's real. People don't believe that it can happen to them.
Somebody told me that. Who was I talking to? And they said that it was somebody that works at a hospital. I was either watching. No, it was somebody that I know. Who was I talking? Anyway, it doesn't. I don't remember now. But it was somebody that actually works in a hospital, and there was a woman in there, and the woman actually said, I thought this was fake. I didn't think this was real. So I'm like, really?
You work in a hospital?
You work in a hospital?
In ICU, and you know what I mean? You're on your deathbed, maybe not. Now you believe. Like, for real. Oh, thank you. China White became a member, you guys. Thank you. Mwah.
Thank you, China.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. So it's scary, you know. So and we know, like, as much as, and we're gonna get to the election in a minute, but as much as I was elated last Saturday when they finally called the race for Biden, when I saw those pictures of downtown DC, I mean, it looked like the Million Man March. Those people were lined up side by side, and yeah, you had on a mask, but y'all were in each other's face. Y'all was dancing, singing, drinking, smoking, probably passing around some blunts, like all of that stuff.
What you mean? Probably.
Right.
Probably.
I mean, you know, you had the White House celebrating, you had Philly, you had New York, like most major cities had these, and that's a super spreader event, even if you're there for a good reason.
I would say this from, like, you know, I mean, I grew up with my mom who was, you know,
thank you, China White,
all medical and whatnot. She's a former nurse, and when it all broke out, I'm not gonna say that I was like, it can't affect me. In my head, I was like, I'm not a sickly person. Odds of me actually catching it, even if I do catch it, it's not going to be that bad. However, I got people living in my house that are very susceptible to it.
Right.
So I'm going to put a mask on and, you know, wash my hands more than I normally do. I don't really have to worry about being around people. Oh, shucks.
She'll be back.
She turned into a wheel. Mink over there doing magic tricks.
She'll be back. Y'all know Mink live in the country. The deer on her front yard. Y'all know she live in the country. She'll be back.
But because of all that, you know, who I have living in my house, you know, I took precaution.
Yeah, and I feel like in my mind, I just feel like it's not like what's the fucking harm? Like, I don't understand how. Is it inconvenient? Sure. There have been times when I have got out my car, walked to the front door of a store, and realized, damn, I left my mask.
Got to do an about face, walk all the way back to the parking lot. Yeah. Right,
but at the end of the day, is it really that serious that you
come on, people just can't take being told what to do.
You know what? I think that has a lot to do with it. Talking about it's my constitutional right, and I'm like, but it's not.
But that had nothing to do with the store is a private business. So
but these are the same people that argued that bakery had a right to not make the cake for the gay couple because it was against their religion. So the same store has a right to say you can't come in without a mask on. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like, if they have a right,
it's no different than no shirt, no shoes, no service, right?
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
The same store. And I saw a video where that guy said that. The guy was like, no shirt, no shoes, no mask. It's like, I don't understand what you're not getting here, child. So that was but y'all just be careful, be mindful, be diligent. Understand that we are nowhere near the end of this. They kept predicting that once the winter got here, flu season, it was going to go up, and unfortunately, it has gone up. So we just have to take it from there. Hold on. C-19 is no joke. My mother's stupid pastor was holding services for the past month, and guess what happened? The entire church got Rona. 7 died. I guess they thought they had a Lazarus spirit. Child, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. My church, the church that I go to, actually made headline news, and I got into it with a couple of my church members because I was like, I don't understand why y'all was there.
Right.
Like, why were y'all there? They had convocation, and I was like, but just because it's there don't mean you got to go. First of all, the church should have canceled it. That's just number one. But number two, you still ain't have to go.
Right. Like, I don't know. Were they going to show up with an armament at your house if you didn't make it?
I've had COVID, and it sucks when you lose your sense of smell and taste, as well as mild respiratory issues. I was home for 3 weeks. Well, y'all know I had the situation here where my niece had it, and she was quarantined in my house. I mean, luckily, I tested negative, but she lost her sense of taste, her sense of smell, and she had some respiratory issues. But thank God, thank God she recovered, and thank God she didn't, none of us got it. But it is just that easy. I mean, it's just that easy. She wasn't doing anything. She wears her mask. Matter of fact, y'all saw her. She's very diligent, but it just doesn't matter. You don't know who you're around that could or could not be infected. You don't know how it's going to affect you. It's like you just don't know.
Yeah, both of Juan's oldest were quarantined. I think they're quarantined. The middle one's still quarantined now.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, from schools, like they all home. So they're both home. And then, like I said, how bad it gets. Friend of mine, I think I've said it before a while ago. Like this DJ, he got infected. I want to say in like mid-February, March. He didn't recover till July.
Wow. Yeah. It just
we thought
so many different variables.
Events for him. We didn't think he was gonna make it. Like that's how bad his symptoms got.
Yeah, all these different variables. You just never know. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, huh?
You have the people that are asymptomatic as well.
Yeah.
Who I don't know if y'all mentioned because I got lost signal, and who may have it and are out in public thinking they don't have it, and they're just carriers.
Right. That's what I said. Especially with LO's comment. Like that was like, I mean, I'm kind of like that. I'm like, I'm not a sickly person, but like I said, one of the symptoms, like you could have it, be carrying it, and not know it. Right. So that's why, I had to wear my mask and keep my hand sanitizer around. I mean, I'm not around people like that, so that really wasn't a problem.
Right. One of the custodians at my school, he just passed away from COVID.
Who?
One of the custodians at the school. So mind you, he's in the school every day, cleaning and sanitizing the school. And he caught it. He's literally cleaning and sanitizing all day long, and he still caught COVID. You just don't know. Hey, Elton, you just don't know. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. We had an election.
We did?
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
Wow.
That's what they tell me. They tell me we had an election.
I don't watch the news like that.
A week and a half ago. I don't know if y'all paid attention or not. And
who was the election for? Was it
the president?
American Idol's back?
Did a PTA president election?
Yeah, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. And for a long time, we didn't know who won. We was all nervous.
We know who won.
No, I'm saying there was no official announcement, But last Saturday, we had at 11:30. I think about at 11:30 to be exact. We had that announcement. Of who won. Now, most of us have accepted.
When Mike Tyson punched you in the face, did you need for the ref to walk over and hold his hand up to say that he won the fight?
Clearly.
No.
Clearly.
I mean, but you got up, though.
Right, 30 minutes later.
I'm saying, but you got up, though.
The arena was empty. Everybody went home. It was just you and your manager.
Let me go ahead and pour this right quick.
Are you taking a shot for Biden? Is that what's going on?
I mean, since we're talking about the election, I might as well go ahead and get ready and have a drink on this.
All I got is this. We're going to do that,
right. Now, I got a bottle.
I mean, it's an unofficial sponsor. I'm just saying.
Where's my bottle? Oh, did I finally put the bottle back on the bar? Nope, it's still over here on the floor. Yeah. That lets you know how trifling I am. I just keep the bottle over here.
What are you talking about? I do the same thing.
As y'all can see, I'm the only virgin in the room.
You need to taste this before I drink all of it too. Face. This is actually the White Rabbit I got from when I was down at the distillery. They don't sell this outside of Tennessee legally yet. Now, maybe, eventually you might have, but it's actually a pretty good blend. It's actually good.
But I'll do a drive-by with a shot glass, my mask on.
Right, exactly. Now, I got the bottle, but I don't have the glass. I'm not going to be trifling and drink it from the bottle since I just offered some to Face. So, that's the brownest water. Listen, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, quintessential. What you talking about?
It's after 11.
It is 5 o'clock somewhere.
No, this quarantine time. It's after.
The rules have been suspended.
It's 12 o'clock here. It's after 12 noon.
We did. And I want to just give a shout out. No disrespect, Face, but I want to give a shout out to all my Black queens because we once again showed up and we showed out. As of right now, well, I ain't even gonna say as of right now. Joe Biden is the president-elect. I don't know why I said as of right now because that ain't changing. No matter what the 5-year-old in the White House thinks, it is what it is. And we will have.
For the record, I did not say that. I did not say that. It's all.
You didn't say what?
The 5-year-old. That wasn't.
You didn't. It was me this time. It was me. So how do we feel about how everything went down? Again, here's the thing that we all know. The three of us sitting in these little boxes right here, we all know that there is no perfect candidate. We know there is no white savior that's going to come down and save us. So none of us are looking at Biden as the answer. We were looking at Biden as the solution to the Trump problem. Okay, let's understand that none of us feel as though
it's 6:30 p.m. in France.
Right.
I appreciate it. There it is.
There you go. Thank you.
Definitely happy.
None of us are looking at our streets and expecting them to be paved with gold in the next 2 months and roses. Like we get that. But we also know that 4 more years of what we already had was just not
acceptable.
Not the answer. So how are we feeling about everything now with the election and all that? How you guys feeling?
I still feel kind of the same way I did a couple months ago. And just in the sense of just because their candidate didn't win doesn't mean, what is it, the good boys, the bad boys, the hollow boys, the Kentucky boys, whatever it was.
The Proud Boys?
Yeah. That they're still not going to, there won't be some type of uprising.
If you go on YouTube, they're getting knocked out all over America. But go ahead.
I mean, you know how it is when you have, like someone said, it's still, I saw something recently where we still have to deal with the pot that was stirred up, the residual sitting there. Just because the person stirring the pot may no longer be there. What's in the pot, what came up from the bottom to the top, is still there. And we still have to be steadfast about that. We still have to look towards that. We still have to keep moving forward. Just like you're saying, we're not looking at him as a great white hope or the great black savior. But it's good to have somebody that high up on the side of just injustice and equality and whatever, but I'm still on the ground looking at what possibly could pop up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna say this before I forget. I said this yesterday, I'm gonna say it again today. All my DC people, my DMV people, my Maryland, Virginia, all of that, however you want to word it, people, stay out of downtown DC today. Let them fools do what they're going to do. They want to have a protest. They want to protest the election. They want to call it a scam, all that. Let them go and do it. Listen, stay out of DC.
I'm going to say this on that note. Since you brought it up, that protest, it's nothing new for downtown, though. The Klan, remember the Klan used to come and have their moment?
No, but you know what?
All the time.
And I said that yesterday. Growing up in DC, this isn't new. There was a protest every week. But what I'm talking about is the people I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about us. Okay? But it's no need for people to go down there. Stay the hell away from it. Let them say what they got to say. Because what's going to happen is, because like I know, the Ku Klux Klan comes through here and it'll be 100 Klan members and 500 protesters. Like, it just let them do what they're going to do. Because the story is going to be, look at these agitators coming down here. They were peacefully protesting and da-da-da. Just let them do what they do. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to change a damn thing. They can protest till they blue in the face. The election results don't change.
Right.
So I don't care. They're at your state house today in South Carolina, Des. Yeah, see, I'm sorry, Des. I didn't mean to say where you were. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah, just keep it, just keep it cute. Watch it on the news and laugh. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pour me a drink and watch it on the news and just give me a good chunk.
I can't. Look, I checked out so long ago because people keep asking, "Hey, man, that age-old question. Hey, who you think you want to vote for? What about but Biden does this and blah blah blah." I'm like, Slim, I made up my mind a long time ago.
Right, like
who I was voting for.
And that was really
like,
irritating.
how you think you're gonna change my mind when I'm sitting here in line trying to get my breakfast sandwich? Like,
right,
you in between me and bacon. Move. Like, shut your ass up.
Really irritated me with the Kamala Harris piece and Biden too. It's like, I don't care if she's Black or Indian. I don't care whether you liked her when she was the general, the state's attorney general. I don't care about none of that. What I do know is 4 more years of Trump is a problem.
It's the worst. Like, he had to be the worst person. Like, I know people that have lied on their resume and gotten jobs that weren't nearly as bad as what he was doing. Like, I'm like, bro, how do you even?
Exactly. And I ain't saying that these people Biden ain't perfect, Kamala Harris ain't perfect, but none of them are. Like, Obama wasn't perfect.
Who is?
You know what I'm saying? But see, here's the problem: where people drop the ball, they vote and then they think that's it. No, you have to stay diligent and you have to stay local. You have to stay in local elections.
The main problem still exists, and that's Congress. They've been around too long.
Not only that, but you see the Senate. Like, we need to focus on those runoff elections in Georgia so we at least have a fighting chance. Because if not, then if the Senate stays red, then Biden is going to run into the same problem that Obama had his last couple of years in office. You can't get shit done because Congress says no, we're not doing it. Absolutely not.
They're too old, and in my opinion, it hasn't changed for the past, I don't know, 10, 12 years. The major political parties, they've outlived their usefulness. They've run their course. Like, they're out of. I mean, I don't either. Both sides. I think they're just out of touch of what.
I think we're seeing a large momentum for independence. I think a lot of states that have the policy isn't the right word, but where you can't vote in the primary if you're an independent. Those, I know Mink is having some technical difficulties. I know one state got rid of it in this election. It was on their ballot. But like in DC, which DC is so Democratic, I don't know if it'll ever turn red. But a lot of people, like, you can't vote in the primary in DC if you're not a registered Democrat or registered Republican. If you're a registered independent, you can't vote. But DC is so Democratic that if you don't vote in the Democratic primary, you might as well just not vote. Because like whoever wins for the Democratic Party is gonna win. I mean, it's gonna win DC. That's just how blue, and it has been my whole life. So if you're not voting in the primary in DC, you have pretty much etched yourself out of the process. So I think they need to get rid of a lot of those rules and state by state. And I think you'll see a lot more independence. Because honestly, I would be a registered independent if it weren't for that situation. Because neither party,
if they want to continue as they are, both parties need to change big time. I swear. And
me too, Lex Max. I really thought he had it. I really thought Lindsey Graham was going to get. I thought it was going to be close, but I really, really thought Lindsey Graham was going to be gone. I really did. I really, really did. But anyway, did you guys go ahead, Mink?
I was gonna say, I think part of the problem is when it comes to Democrats, we need to start being more. Democrats need to start being more aggressive.
Oh yeah, there's some punks. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's I've heard people say, "Oh, well, the line was long," or "This was this, so I'm not going to vote right now." And in situations like this, the line is never really going to be short. It's going to be a line. It's going to be whatever.
You had a week of early voting. Like, that's bullshit.
Right.
I get it. Because here's the reality. A lot of those lines were long on day one. If you wait till the second or third day of early voting,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just walk right in.
you can walk right in.
Walk right in out.
Mm-hmm.
You can walk right in. I just think that we need to stay diligent and stay in our local elections.
Right.
That's where so much more gets done on the local level that trickles up rather than trickling down. That affects our day-to-day life. But yeah, I was here. I wasn't gonna go downtown. Now, had we not been in the middle of COVID, I might have went downtown because I went down to the White House the night Obama got elected, and party with the folks down there. That was fun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of local elections, like I was one of those that didn't really pay attention, like I should have been.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess over a few years, it was like, wait a minute. Especially when we moved out here, out the city.
Right.
Dana moved me out here to the country.
Right.
With these animals. And
all of y'all out there in the country now, you, Don Juan, Mink, all y'all down there with them. Listen, all y'all down in the country.
I'm like, wait a minute. Now I'm paying attention like who the sheriff is, who the judges are.
Right.
What anything is up for election. I'm like, I'll be on, like when the time starts coming around, I start going back and looking through their history of how they, what they did, everything else, like all the way around, like what's out there about them. I started paying attention because it's like, wait a minute. Some of y'all been here for like 30 years.
Right, exactly.
You need to go. I don't even care what party you with. You need to go.
I wasn't that engaged as I should have been in my early life either, my early, eligibility life. But once I found out the hierarchy, the level, and how it goes up, and then once I definitely found out that once a year the president meets with all the governors at some form or meeting that they have to kind of push forward, that's truly opened up to me the importance of how the flow of information and who you have. If at any point on that ladder you have somebody who don't agree with you, your information or your needs and your wants may not necessarily go up the way it should. And that's why you have to pick people who represent your state fully. That's why I'm not gonna lie. When Maryland elected Governor Hogan, I'm like, as blue as Hogan is, how do we wind up with a red governor? Like that to me, when that happened, I was.
But remember, Governor Hogan, he came in with that red wave after Trump. Like he rode in with Trump and it was a direct response to Obama. It was a direct backlash to the Obama years. So Logan, but the thing is this though, for the exception of that whole situation with the schools and stuff, he really hasn't gotten a lot. He really hasn't gotten a lot of criticism. He's actually been kind of, he hasn't been a crazy Republican. I'll put it that way. He hasn't been one of the crazy ones. Right. Not like now, not like Rob DeSantis or whatever down in Florida. Like he hasn't been like he closed the school. He shut the state down. He was been very responsive to COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't done a whole lot of that crazy stuff. Oh, thank you, Quintessential. Thank you so much.
An old school music jam.
Okay, face every question. Okay, we're gonna have to get one on here. We're gonna have to get a old. So they said old school. So what's your definition of old school, Quintessential? Right. Face or no? Because everybody's definition is different depending on how old you are.
You ain't said nothing but a word. That's most of my music collection.
Because you talking about some early 2000s, we were like,
right,
right. It's like what?
Listen, I was somewhere. Somebody was talking about old school, and they was talking about They started talking about what's that band called? One Direction. I said old school. I couldn't tell you.
One Direction.
One Direction. That is not old school. I couldn't tell you.
Man. It'll punch him in the throat, like whoever said that.
So we got to get that together. We're going maybe around the holiday time. People got a little bit of free time. Maybe we can get some spinning going and have ourselves. We haven't had a good old jam in a minute. So
ain't said nothing but a word to me.
You know,
Face is always set up and ready.
I almost caught a case one day.
No, I am shocked.
This young man gonna say one day, talking about, oh man, y'all said that old school rap like Tupac. When did Tupac? I was
old school rap.
He called Tupac old school rapper. I can't.
Well, to them that is old school. They don't even remember Tupac being alive.
Well, then that's the sad part. Quintessential.
I bet you if you ask them to like, I had students who didn't know who Run DMC was, and I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Who their parents?
Hey, look here. I heard. Hey, did you hear about that new guy that just came out? He dropped an album, Busta Rhymes.
Busta look good. Busta done got in the gym. He got himself a little 6. Well, it's more like a 4-pack, but
Busta is prison swole.
I think no, that was like 2 albums ago. He was when the one that Dr. Dre produced. He spent all the time over Dre's house in the gym in between recording his album. So he came out swole in. But when the Touch It, Touch It joint came out.
But then he got big again. He showed the before and after on his Instagram, like where he was, and he was like, I knew I was coming out with a new album, so I had to get ready. So, but that new album, I thought, okay, it's more like, is it really a new album, or is it like one of those, I'm gonna just remaster some stuff and then add a couple of
there's only one song that was released already.
Okay, because
you gotta buy like the reloaded album to get that.
I got mixed responses on that because I want to get it because I love me some Busta. But I think I'm gonna get that. So I might get that today, and I might get that Meg Thee Stallion. I'm gonna have to check out that Meg Thee Stallion, honey. That come out on the 20th, I think. Why are you making that face? I like Meg. I don't have the knees like Meg got, but I like her music. I like Meg. Listen, Meg to me is like, you had Lil' Kim, then you had Nicki Minaj, and now you got Meg Thee Stallion.
Look at Meg's face.
You don't like Meg? You don't like Meg?
Hey, look.
Well, not the other that you name. We good.
Hey, look here. I'm not particularly a fan, but it's one of the most requested artists I have, and it's always hilarious what I get to see when I play it.
Oh, I'm sure. I can only imagine when you play WAP or Hot Girl Summer or
it's always hilarious.
I can only imagine what comes. Listen, I can only.
But
wow.
Do y'all remember when Missy came out on the stage? Was it with Beyonce like 2 or 3 years on a award show?
It was with
Katy Perry. It was Katy Perry at the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl,
like, oh my gosh, Katy Perry put her on the rap. She a new rapper.
Yeah, I remember that. That Super Bowl. It was like
So I didn't mean to skip over Cardi.
We can skip over Cardi.
I like Cardi. Cardi is my girl. I love me some Cardi.
I like her too, but we can skip over Cardi. We can go.
Right? Yeah, they really thought Missy Elliott was a new rapper. I was like, wow.
Yo, but they hit me with that new guy, Busta Rhymes. I'm like, Busta Rhymes has been out since '89.
Okay, I got an endorsement from Big Daddy T. I trust his assessment of music. So he said it's a great album. It's like old school, taking you back to that old school.
It is.
Okay, I trust Big Daddy. So Big Daddy say it. It is what it is.
It's 2 tracks that I can't stop listening to.
Really? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna check it out today then. See, now I'm gonna have to.
I listened to the whole thing. Is great.
Let's get off of here. But when we get done, I gotta run some errands. So I'm gonna download it and then I'll listen to it while I'm in the car. What up, Ty? Hey, boo. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, nephew. What's up? Everybody coming in. So, Mink, I don't know about Face, but Mink, I know you watch SVU. Did you watch the season opener?
I don't watch SVU.
I thought you watched SVU.
Mm-hmm. Damn. I mean, I've seen episodes, but I think the last episode I saw, what's the lady? The lady is on there.
That's been on that season 1?
Yeah, she wasn't chief. The other guy with the bald head was chief last episode. I kind of watched. So.
Oh yeah, she the chief. Yeah. Okay, well then forget that. Mink, I do have some good news for you. You may or may not have heard. So New Edition have resolved all of their legal issues. Why are you making that? I'm
in like 3 New Edition. Okay, so I'm in probably about 5 either New Edition or sub New Edition groups between New Edition, BBD, Ricky Bell, whatever they call that.
Yeah.
And some of them are in these groups, and so is Uncle Brooke.
Yeah, you're right, Big Daddy T. That one with Kendrick is classic.
Yeah, I'm just.
Well, they have resolved their legal issues. Well, give me some insight, because see, I'm not in all of that.
Okay, no, I'm sorry, but no, wait.
They have resolved the legal issues. All of them own a part of the name now, and so as a result, they are going to go back on tour. And they said they have a new album coming out around Valentine's Day. I mean, how we feel about that? As a super fan, how you feel about that?
I believe when I see it.
I believe. Well, first of all, ain't nobody touring, so I'm not holding my breath on no tours. Okay. Second of all, I just want the tour to stay together long enough to get to DC. Last time we got everybody except for Bobby. I just want everybody to be there.
And that's why I believe it when I say, and you know how we do. It's gonna be a big text message. We're gonna be on there getting our tickets. But yes, I'm not gonna lie. As a fan from 83, 84, whenever.
I mean, like the last album they put out, how did you feel about that one?
Last New Edition album?
Yeah.
Last New Edition album? Oh, I was cool with it. What was it? Homecoming? Was it home? Which one was the last?
Oh, no. What? The one that Sean Puff Daddy P Diddy Sean Combs did.
Yeah.
I ain't like that album.
No, that was trash.
That's what I said.
It had like 2 good songs off of it, but he came
turned New Edition into 112, not understanding that 112 was emulating New Edition. Like you can't. Hello.
He came producing what he thought people wanted to hear now. He totally discredited the millions of New Edition fans who love their sound and love their genre. And again, I think that album might have had, I don't know, 12 songs out of 12. I think I like 2, 1.5.
Now, BBD dropped the project last year, the year before last. That was pretty good.
I love that. Yeah, that CD stayed on whatever, spinning my player for probably about a good 6 months straight. My kids were like, "Oh my gosh, like for real, y'all better learn the words because this is how we ride today."
Did you say CD player though? Do you say that?
Right.
In my car, I had a CD player. My brother bought me the CD for my birthday, and I had a CD player in the store.
Wait, which album?
The last BBD album that came out 2 years ago. Oh. Okay, hold on.
I didn't even know that was available on DVD. I just downloaded it on my phone. I didn't know they were actually even selling CDs. Oh wow.
So oh man, you just Did her computer freeze again?
No, it did not. Yes,
right. That's what happened. I didn't know. I thought that was like only available for downloads.
The range of emotion. That was right. The range of emotion was on Mink's face. Woo. Man, she just want to reach out and touch somebody right now.
The Price album was really good, and I love the name because they did the New Edition series, that the movie, the 3-part movie, TV series. They got their Hollywood Walk of Fame. They starred on Hollywood Walk of Fame, and then BBD actually was waiting because New Edition was supposed to drop an album then. They were supposed to drop a whole thing then.
They were supposed to do a whole tour with the kids from the movie, and they were going to do like a whole thing. And then they ran into this legal issue.
Yes, and they and so that's what held them up. So BBD was like, okay, well, you know what? We're going to go ahead and drop my their CD now, and they did. So, but I'll take time. Don't encourage it.
El Teddy about to get blocked. That's what El Teddy about to do.
Thank you. Thank you, El Teddy. Why you in
not the phonograph though. Wait a minute. You had to put a quarter on it.
But you know what? Honestly, with New Edition, a lot of the stuff wasn't just their legal issues. A lot of it was their emotional issues because the guy who wrote the script for the movie, he sat down individually with all 7 of them, including Uncle Brooke, and he got their stories. And then before they did the film, they flew somewhere to some island and rented a house, and they sat in a house for whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And a lot of stuff they talked about reading the script was the first time, none of the other members knew that Ralph had been offered a solo gig twice.
Right.
So that came out. They didn't know. None of them knew about Ricky's drug addiction. It was a lot of stuff that came out reading of the script. So by the time the movie got filmed and they had to come up, it was a lot of stuff that had floated to the top, and it was hurt feelings. And it took, because even if you go back and watch them at the exception for the Star, they were barely talking to each other. And when Ricky did his speech, he was like, even where we are now, we'll get back together, we'll get to talking. They were having issues then. that he kind of alluded to when he did his speech. So it ain't always a legal thing with them. A lot of it is emotion. I mean, you think about it.
And I know they went into group therapy with TD Jakes too at one time.
Say what?
Did, matter of fact, it was the year that they did Essence.
I mean, again, can we just go ahead and watch Mink's Reigns of Emotion right now?
I'm just saying.
You just said that.
Well, Mink, because you are a super fan, can you explain to the people the legal issue? Because I didn't read it. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't have the energy to read all of that. But what was the legal issue? Like, how did Ralph and Johnny Gill of all people end up owning the name? And like, do you know how that whole thing went out? How that whole thing broke down?
I don't know all the details, but it's a guy. I can't think of his name, but it's a comedian. He always goes from what I was able to ascertain, but.
Clayton Thomas.
Thank you, Clayton Thomas. Yes, I love him.
From what I can ascertain.
Okay. But honestly, from what I know, there was a struggle with New Edition. It came out in the movie a little bit about them not owning the name New Edition. The other guy who, I forgot his name, but the guy who originally kind of started them owned the name New Edition.
The guy that did New Kids on the Block, the big producer.
Yeah. So their battle started back then. So it wasn't something that was relatively new. He owned the name New Edition. He owned the songs and stuff under it. Mike was the one who was able to go back before the movie came out. So mind you, all the record sales and everything that was going on prior to the movie, they didn't have the rights to a lot more. Star, thank you. They weren't thank you, Brandon. They weren't able to get the rights. So a lot of that money they didn't get from back in the day. It wasn't until probably about 6 months from when the movie came out that Mike was able to get the rights and get the residuals and royalties.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that happening.
They were a little bit upset that Mike bought the rights to the music. And I'm like, why y'all mad at him when he did what none of y'all probably could do or thought about doing?
Right. My thing is, if y'all did, like, y'all had ample opportunity to do it. Like, why none of the rest of y'all did it?
Yeah. Right. So I'm just
it'd be easier for them to do it as a group.
Yes, but he saw the opportunity because honestly, if you go back into the movie, Mike was the one who was able to kind of get them away from Movie Star.
Yeah, he was the music. Mike has the business mind. I mean, he made some mistakes. He made some mistakes because he was young or whatever. But Mike definitely has the business mind. He definitely has that.
Right.
So, that kind of really started it. Now, I'm not sure exactly how it transpired to Mike owning the music rights, but then Ralph and Johnny owning the name. I think, again, that was another opportunity that presented itself, and they jumped on it. Mm-hmm. And I know some fans were mad because they were like, how did Johnny get it?
Right.
Remember. So, again, I think at this point, honestly, I think there's a lot of hurt feelings and tit for tat.
Yeah.
Again, Mike got the music, so we're going to take the name. So either way, there's nothing you can do with one without the other.
Right.
As a fan, I am glad to see that they are trying to come together. But in all honesty, at the rate they're going, I mean, they 50 years old. Like
they better do something now.
Yeah, how much time do you really want to spend on a road touring? And the reality of it is, BBD tours.
I mean, the Skylights is still touring. La 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 la. I'm just saying.
True. So,
Is it the Shylights or the Shylights grandkids?
Listen, as long as it's one member and he can get 4 other people to stand on stage with him, they the Shylights.
Hey, Guns N' Roses still out there.
Cool.
Guns N' Roses still out there.
Okay. The Temptations was touring with just Otis and 4 people. Just and 4 people he found from the bus station. That's it.
Hey, I mean, U2 still out the garden, so
I
mean, I'm just saying. Well,
I will say, Quintessential said I hope they're still in good shape. I will say this: BBT, pre-corona, BBD traveled and toured 10 and a half months out.
I would say BBD is always on the road. You can always catch a BBD show.
So they catch
a BBD show for $20 and a chicken dinner.
Hey, don't do that. No.
You know how much I love Ronnie, but am I lying?
Don't do that.
Am I lying?
What?
Tell me when I'm lying.
Don't do that.
Tell me when I'm lying.
$20, $25, with a chicken dinner. Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Ty need to stop. He saw
right.
He was with Tupac and Biggie. What you talking about? So
yeah. Did your camera freeze again? You all right?
I'm messing with y'all. Y'all starting. Look, we are, as my mom used to say, make no sense this close to holidays. I ain't showing out with y'all this close to the holidays. I'm trying to get a tip.
Yeah, listen.
Not the chitlin circuit.
That's my baby Ty. Y'all leave my baby Ty.
I'm gonna need Ty.
So Face Quintessential said that's her era. So when she talk old school, New Edition is her era. So when we do the old school, that time frame and before that, that's what we talking about. Okay. So that's what, like mid 90s, like New Edition came out in the 80s, but about mid 90s.
90s and back, yeah, ain't a problem.
Yeah, we could do that. All right, so what we looking at?
I thought you had a challenge.
That you consider that a challenge?
I thought you had a challenge. That's all. 90s and back, please.
Can we get some green tea? Can we get some green tea and onions now? Go look them up. Can I get that?
Actually, yeah, I think so. I don't even think I had to like search for it. I think I have it.
If I play the song, you know what song I'm talking about.
Okay. I'm like, green tea and onions. Okay. All right. So we always get into our TV talk. So what you looking at? What's going on? What are we looking at on TV? We got see, she got excited. Look at it. Okay.
Ooh, wait.
Okay. See, look at it. Yep.
There is this show on NBC4 on NBC that's called Connecting.
Okay.
Right.
It is a you know how now they're doing the shows. Remember the show I said I watched last couple times we were together that was called Love in the Time of Corona, how people kind of shot the thing from, it's that same type of viewpoint where they're shooting from their phone. So it's about, I think, 5 friends. It's like one sister and brother, then the sisters murdered somebody else, and there's 3 other people on the outside, but they're all friends. So they're talking to each other video chat.
Okay.
It's a really actually good show. I found it on Hulu, but it actually comes still like, I think it's on episode 5 or 6 that comes on NBC. It's a majority Black cast. It has Black people in it. It has a transgender woman in it.
Wait, it's majority Black cast with Black people in it?
But I mean, it's sort of like they're like, okay, so let's be honest. A lot of times we have Black people on TV where a lot of times we're watered down.
Fair enough.
There's issues on it that's not talked about, that's not discussed. The names aren't necessarily matching the viewpoint on stuff. But I think this show has done a really good job with, like, they even talked about the riots and George Floyd's murder.
Did you see how many minutes on?
So it's calm.
Sorry, number 2 came down and asked me to help them out with the Xbox, but like, you interrupted me for that? Like, figure it out. You the kid.
How you the kid figure it out? You know what? Go ahead.
That's your machine.
Right, that's
your machine.
It is. I play PlayStation.
That's it. Oh Lord.
I gave that to them.
You getting that PlayStation 5?
Huh? Say what now?
That PS5?
Look, I'm about to trip somebody coming out of GameStop.
You know what?
Look, it'll be the 5th edition by the time I get that, John.
I ain't mad at you. Go ahead, Mink. I'm sorry.
Connecting is a really good show. That's what I started watching something from last year. I just started watching the first episode this morning. His Dark Material. I think originally aired on HBO. Yeah,
I'm not familiar with that. His Dark Material
with James McAvoy played. He's like one of the lead characters.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
You know James McAvoy. He's the guy who plays the younger version of Professor X. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know who he is now. Okay.
Yeah. I think I've seen it. Didn't bother to click on it. Hey, but look though, you'd be proud of me. I found a couple of shows to watch that aren't anime.
Oh, well, yes.
What are you watching?
Well, one, I stumbled across Hellstrom, which is on Hulu.
Is that good?
It's starting slow.
Mm-hmm.
I picked it up because it's it's a Marvel character that I know. And I was like, wow, they actually gave him a TV show? That's going to be interesting because it's, he's the dude's the son of the devil. So he's the son of Satan, but he's trying to be a hero. So it's like, all right, let me check it out. But it's starting slow. And I guess because of the personality I have, I'm like, yo, people are bugging me already. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and stick in there and see what's cracking. Because, it's like the first season of it. So it's like, all right, they got to develop characters and whatnot now.
Yeah, they kind of have to do that. Yeah.
And then me and Don Pablo started watching Treadstone last night.
What's that about? Never heard of that.
Like it's like part of the Jason Bourne series. But they made a TV show about it, and it basically starts from the beginning, like not from Jason Bourne, but like from the program.
Oh wow, okay.
It starts from the program, like how you see how the program even got started in the beginning.
Well, no, we don't watch anime. Face watches anime. I don't watch.
I watch anime. Yeah.
I can't wait for the season premiere of All Rise. I love that show. Oh, I love that show.
That's another well-written show.
Oh my gosh, it's so well written, and they're going to definitely be tackling Black Lives Matter. I saw the preview for it, COVID and all of that. I can't wait. SVU premiered this week. Chicago PD. All of the NCISs, well, not all of them. The original NCIS will premiere on Monday. The rest of them premiered on Sunday. What else do I look at? This Is Us is back, although I'm behind. Don't say nothing about it. I'm so far behind. Don't say nothing. I'm behind. I'm so far behind. Like, if I told y'all how far behind I was on This Is Us, y'all would cuss me out. I'm so far behind.
I'm gonna tell you, This Is Us is more so about visual and what you see than what they say. So you have to pay attention. You're gonna have to pay attention this season because it's some, and it's something that happened.
I feel like I'm about to start watching it, but go ahead.
It's something that happened not the end of this episode, but the episode for last. That's gonna totally.
All right, but don't say nothing because again, I'm behind. I am behind. I liked the season. I was asking you guys about SVU because the season premiere of SVU was really good because it addressed. And I told people on my live the other day, I feel like it did a good, I would say it did an okay job. I would say it did a good job, but it did an okay job of trying to address the idea of those white liberal allies. And when they think they don't have any bias, I'm not racist. I love Black people. Black Lives Matter. They have the sincere heart and the right intention. But it's the reality that just by the mere fact that you are white, there is bias and privilege. And we need you to acknowledge it so that we can work past it. But as long as you keep saying, well, I'm not racist because I love Black people, you may not actively be walking in your racism, but there's implicit bias. And I think they did a good job of addressing that. Well, I keep saying good. I don't think it was good. But I think they did a good job of opening the door for the conversation to happen. That's the best way. That's a better way of me saying that.
Hey, discovering Des, look here, get you a VRV account. You just scratching the tip of the iceberg on good anime. Trying to tell you.
What is VRV for the people who don't know?
VRV, it's an app, just like Hulu or anything else, and it just has anime on it. You get 3 different, like Crunchyroll, High Dive, and a couple of other apps. All in one place.
Oh, High Dive! What?
You get all these other anime apps all in one place, so you don't have to search around for it. It's all right there.
I'll tell the tall one about it. She loves anime. I am an animation person. I don't like anime, and that's where her and I divide.
So you watch cartoons, but you want to watch anime?
No, I watch animated features and TV shows. I won't watch anime.
I don't watch anime, and I'll do a cartoon, but it's not like my go-to. Like if I have my nephew, my sister loves cartoons, but I'm not.
I watch Disney's.
See, Dana, VRV, it's awesome. Can't go wrong.
Danny is into all that stuff, like comics and anime and all of that stuff. So.
I'm just a.
I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying she's into all of it. I ain't saying it like it's a problem. Hello.
Hey, look. Hey, I got my Castle Corp t-shirt on right now.
I don't know. See, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. Is that a show, sir?
The main company that's on Dragon Ball Z.
See, I couldn't stand Dragon Ball Z.
I know who they are. I don't know nothing about them.
I didn't do Dragon Ball Z. I didn't like Pokemon. None of that. I was just like,
that was the original anime in the US. It came on regular TV. Before school.
Pokemon was the bane of my existence when them damn cards. As a teacher, listen, let me tell you about Pokemon being the bane of my existence, okay?
That little boy ass running around the world with no adult supervision, playing with alien pets. I wasn't for it.
Daddy.
I wasn't for it. Now, I love animation. Like the movie Coco, Disney's Coco. Oh, I watch that movie every day.
Super militant.
I watch that movie.
I don't like it. I guess you didn't like Dora either.
Like who?
I guess you didn't like Dora either.
Dora the Explorer?
Yeah.
I've never watched an episode of Dora the Explorer. I know what Dora is. I've never watched an episode of Dora the Explorer.
Yes, Dark Materials is in the Golden Compass series of books. Okay, didn't know that, but yes, that's what it reminded me of. Was like the Golden Compass, was that type of thing. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you. I love animation though. But I like Scooby Doo and Looney Tunes and Animaniacs. Oh my God, they bring an Animaniacs.
Oh, the Animaniacs are coming back. Yes.
What are you talking about? They been back.
The Animaniacs. I love me some Animaniacs.
But
I did.
They've been back on. All right, never mind.
I thought they were just coming back.
No, the new episodes. They have new Animaniacs.
Right.
They're going to show new episodes.
Right.
It came back already?
When did it come back?
Want to say last week?
Oh, well, I thought you were saying like months ago. Okay, last week. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
We didn't have a show last week, sir. Yeah.
It's time for Animaniacs.
Hey.
I watch Animaniacs faithfully, right along with DuckTales.
DuckTales.
Woo woo. Not Carrie Tales or Cotton Tales.
Woo. All right, you guys. So, any recommendations? People in the chat, any recommendations? I don't these Hallstrom and all this. I don't know none of this stuff. I don't know what y'all speak of. The Mandalorian. I've been trying to get into the Mandalorian because I like Baby Yoda. Okay, I don't know nothing about Mandalorian, but I just like Baby Yoda. Okay, I like the Baby Yoda.
I'm gonna need you to stop calling him Baby Yoda.
Ain't that what he is, a Baby Yoda?
No.
What is he?
Okay.
We don't know. They haven't named the species.
Yeah, he's Baby Yoda. If you don't know,
no.
Baby Yoda.
He's the same species as Yoda, but it's not Yoda though.
It's Baby Yoda.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Whatever you need to do to get you by, Slim. That's
right.
all.
I have only seen. I've only seen up to 2 or 3 episodes of Mandalorian from last season, so I do got to see if I can watch it.
My thing is this: if you want to sit here and tell me that they have not come up with a name for it, then I get to name it, right? I choose Baby Yoda.
A lot of people choose Baby Yoda, but they done told you that ain't the name. Speaking of, so I'm redoing my office at home, since I'll probably be working.
Look, hey, we serious about entertainment. Don't. We serious about TV.
Right. Oh yeah, Star Trek Discovery is good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just asked you. Thank
you, Dark Chocolate Latte. He Baby Yoda today. Thank you.
You know what? Look, speaking of Yoda, I got my yin and my yang in.
Oh,
what?
You know what? I had purchased a Yoda.
Hey, look though.
For my
if we ever get back to normal, we do a show from your house. You better hide that.
And I lost my Yoda. So I have to give me a new Yoda. It fell off my bracelet. I'm so mad.
Look, you better be strapped when I come over because that might come up missing.
Let me tell you something.
Uh-oh. She gonna cut you.
If it's an ever, my Yoda, when my dog baby come up missing, so will you.
So will you.
And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Ooh, she said, fair warning. If Yoda come up missing, and so will you.
Yo, yeah, that last episode, that episode was that episode, the second episode, yeah, when he was them eggs, but he was sneaking them joints in though. It was hilarious.
But wait a minute, I had one going back. I saw
especially at the end when he had to look around like, is she looking?
Which Ronnie said is Star Trek Discovery. Okay, I wanted to get into Star Trek Discovery because the lead lady on there, she came from Walking Dead. But then they put it on CBS All Access. I'm not about to pay extra.
No, it comes on. They've been putting it on regular TV. Star Trek Discovery is coming on regular TV.
I've seen it recently, but they go back to start episode 1, season 1.
Oh, I don't know.
I know what's showing now is on CBS.
Hey, look. Hey. You just want, you need my login, Slim? There should be $5. I got you.
Because I want to. Speaking of Walking Dead.
Oh shit. Here we go.
Walking Dead has a new show called Walking Dead Beyond the Borders.
Dead Earth. Walking Dead Earth.
I'm not going to quite call it a disappointment or a letdown.
Walking Deader?
Walking Dead Earth.
It's called Walking Dead Beyond, because they have another one called Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching that one after like season 2. So now you done gone into a third one called Beyond the Borders. Again, I'm not going to say it's an utter disappointment that's sliding down to a slippery slope of just boredom and cancellation.
So I tapped out of Walking Dead, the original, early on.
Well, y'all know I never watched it. I never got into it. That's not my thing. That's not my thing. You know, people dead. That's not my thing.
Hey, Madeline. I stopped watching Dark. I stopped watching. Not even. I think I stopped watching when the mom's boyfriend. I think Nick was her son. When the mom's boyfriend fell out the helicopter. Yeah, I was done.
Funny. When the mom's what?
There was a whole thing going on. The mom's boyfriend. They were fighting to get the helicopter, get everybody out. He got the daughter on the helicopter. He climbed on, but then when he was just like, and so he was sitting there talking to her. He lifted up his shirt to show her that he had been bit. So he just leaned back and fell out the helicopter. I was just like, okay.
Look, when I started being able to guess what's going to happen in the show, I tap out of the show. Like, I just stopped.
I'm watching. I'm going to continue watching the original Walking Dead because I was there from episode 1, season 1.
I thought it was over. It still comes on?
They just... They did a little sneak premiere episode like 2-3 weeks ago, but then they said they'll return in 2021. And I was like, WTF, but okay. But
that's probably what they had filmed.
They're doing some Game of Thrones drama right there.
Well, they probably had filmed before COVID and they just want to give y'all a teaser to get y'all interested again. That's probably what that is.
They filmed Beyond the Walking Dead.
They probably filmed that before COVID.
They filmed Beyond the Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead, which are both currently on TV. They only gave us a taste of The Walking Dead, because right afterwards when they premiered Beyond the Border, they trying to suck us in.
I'm trying to get them the benefit of the doubt, child.
I'm not. They going into season 11. I'm like, y'all need to get your ish together.
Lord, all these people that see, I don't do nothing about the I bet it didn't go over well. You were joking about kids dying. What kind of that is not funny. Anyway.
Okay, so Dark Chocolate, you will see Rick. You will find out where Rick is. Where we know Rick to be is not where they think Rick is. They shouldn't have killed Carl. I think the guy who played Carl just got tired of playing the role. And Negan, I'm with you on Negan should have died a horrible, excruciating death.
Oh.
However, his presence played because he killed Glenn. Glenn was my boo. He played a pivotal role into them dealing with the Whisperers. So you will appreciate Negan and where he is now. And then also season 10 does a time jump. They do a time jump that's probably about 6 or 7 years forward.
Oh Lord, I don't like those time
season 10.
Season. See, I can't do all of that. When they killed Glenn, I was done. See, I don't know these people. I don't know. So, what my new
did you just throw out an album from the 60s?
I don't know.
Green tea.
My newest
green onions. You see that album from the 60s though?
I did. I did.
Sorry. You found it. So my newest little I guess trash addition is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, honey. Listen.
What's going on in Salt Lake City?
Why? How?
Listen.
How is there a Real Housewives in Salt Lake City?
Listen, they got a woman on there.
Isn't that Mormon?
She married her step granddaddy, honey.
They can't even watch. Can they watch the show?
Well, but see, that's the thing. They have Mormons. They have a woman on there who's been excommunicated from the church. They have another woman who she's divorced, so you know that's the whole thing about her being divorced. They have another woman who's not Mormon at all. That's the one that married her granddaddy. She Presbyterian. They have a Muslim.
But don't even try it. Don't even try it. She married her grandfather.
She married her step granddaddy. Yes.
Where's her grandmother? Dead.
She dead. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where we need to go with that. I'm gonna hold my other further questions. Is she planning on having kids with her grandfather?
You know what? That's a good question. I think they did. I haven't dug that deep into it. I think they did.
How, man, Slim?
I'll be ready to make up my time because I have questions.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Not that I've ever watched any reality show, but come on, Slim. Salt Lake City.
Listen, I didn't think there's gonna be no drama in Salt Lake City either, child. If you want to know the truth of the matter, I said what, but they got some stuff going on down to the Salt Lake City. Okay,
what? Ran out of bread.
You're not gonna trick me into watching this show. Nope. Nope, you're not gonna trick me into watching this show. It ain't happening. It's not happening.
Bernadette says they do have a child. See, so yeah.
Nope. Not gonna trick me. You know what? If they turn it into an anime, I might watch it.
Wait, hold up.
Someone when had so much plastic surgery, it might as well be anime.
Bernadette, I got questions.
Now, her version of the story is this. The version of the story is because it was her grandmother's church, and in order to keep the church in the family, she married her step grandfather so it would follow. Because I guess he was the pastor or something. I don't know, child. That's what they and so they say that the grandmother put it in her will, but now they saying that ain't a lie. That's a lie. That they just saying that to try to make
put what in her will
for him to marry one of her granddaughters.
Oh, so
in order for him to inherit, in order for him to keep control of the church,
she willed him.
Listen.
Is that a thing? Can you do that?
Clearly you can, because that's what they said happened.
How you can will? All right.
No, she put that as her wishes. That's not a legal binding thing to say that you have to marry a grandchild. She willingly jumped on granddaddy, all puns intended. And it was one thing to marry him. You have to have a baby. You have to have a baby. There were choices made in this whole thing.
Like I said, they're saying that that's a lie. They're saying that the real story is that her and the step granddaddy was already getting it in, and rumor is even that maybe just maybe he has something to do with the grandmama meeting her demise. Okay, this is all allegedly. This
a Carl Haskins situation.
I don't think they own the tiger.
Allegedly.
I don't think they own the tiger. They probably do have dogs though, because from what I understand, they do breed dogs so they just saying.
Grandma, look, let me tell y'all something. Grandma can strongly suggest all she wants. Grandma could have put it in paper, pigeon carrier, edged it in stone. So guess who?
Listen, like I said, that was the story. That was the story they decided to tell everybody. But I'm getting a whole lot of intel that they some scammers and that the two of them was messing around because she was married when the grandmother died. He was married to the grandmother, and somehow they ended up together. And that they've been scamming and all kinds of stuff down there. And listen. That's just one character, okay? We ain't even talked about the woman who got excommunicated from the Mormon church because her and her now husband, they were both married to other people and they had an office affair and they end up divorcing their people and married each other. And so the Mormon church excommunicated both of their asses. Like, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hold up. So you see her. I can't have an affair. I can't have an affair and then marry my adulteress, but I can marry my grandmama's husband.
Well, no, the one that married the grandfather's husband is not Mormon. She's I was gonna say pedestrian. Lord,
she's walking.
She's Presbyterian.
She's walking.
Is it Presbyterian? What is she, y'all?
Pentecostal? What is she?
Pentecostal. Lord, I said she's a Presbyterian child. She Pentecostal. She's not Mormon at all. And she the only black woman on the show, so that's our representation, okay? That's
she
our yeah, she black.
Oh.
Yes.
Do we need to hand you something to throw? It look like you need something to throw.
Listen, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. I can't listen.
My stuff. I won't go curse today. Y'all try.
Listen. Well, we're about to get up out of here, y'all. We've committed to doing this more regularly on Saturdays. I can't always promise the time, but we've committed to Saturdays so we can be here on a more regular basis, honey. What were you gonna say, Mink? What were you gonna say, boo?
I just want to say that I've caught up on Real Housewives of Atonement.
Oh, you've been watching it, okay?
Yeah, I fell off.
So how do you feel about the fight? How do you feel about the fight?
Between Monique and
Candace. Mm-hmm.
Candace.
Nope. Y'all not tricking me into watching these shows. It's not happening. Nope. Y'all not gonna influence me. It ain't happening.
I will calmly say two things.
Okay.
One, I think Monique was well within her right. And two, I'm gonna need Monique to get a stronger grip and a better aim. That's all I'm saying.
But I want to know who put that wig on because that wig ain't go nowhere.
On Candace.
Did she just mute us? Like what?
Yeah.
No, I muted myself. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. No, we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I muted myself. Right. I mute y'all.
Yeah. But no, because this is the problem with Candace. In a nutshell, Candace has a passive aggressive dependent relationship upon her mama. So she's not going to say anything to or against her mom, but she wants to come back and take it back on everybody else. And they killed me. All of them killed me. And they was like, well, Monique, you shouldn't have did this, shouldn't have did this. Let me say this. Monique from their old school that a lot of us are from, where they trying to live this new life of don't put your hands on nobody. No. Don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. And that's what happened with Candace. Because your mama wasn't going to cover that check and you ain't had funds.
Well, you have insufficient funds. Your account was in the red.
Thank you.
Your check has been bounced. Okay.
Your last charge is going to decline.
Exactly, Ebony. Candace got reckless mouth and no hands. Exactly. And the thing about it is, your account was already in the negative when you start writing that check. Because when Monique was pregnant, she told you she was going to drag that ass.
She did.
Forewarned is fair warned. She told you.
She gave it a warning.
She told you, and y'all keep trying these people. See, that's the problem. Y'all keep poking people and prying people. Now look, the woman done told you, leave her all the way alone.
All the way.
Wait. How alone?
All the way alone. And Monique, I give it to her. See, I'll say this. I think every last one of them are jealous of Monique. I think every last one of them, because now I ain't gonna lie, her husband, Chris, he got some testosterone issues about himself, but that's their marriage. They work it out. Who in the entire head?
Is it the deer? Did a rabbit come in?
Somebody done put my driveway. Anybody know? Don't pull in my driveway without
We have to get off of here to go figure all that out anyway. But go ahead, finish. I finished. But I agree. I agree with the same thing. Like at the end of the day, did Monique start the fight? Yes. Was Monique, should Monique have put her hands on Candace? No. But I understand it. I 100% understood why Candace got that beat down. I don't care what nobody say.
And the thing, Yeah, and the thing about it is, and Candace, now I would say somebody who's growing on me is Applehead.
Applehead?
The light skinned girl, Mike's wife.
Ashley
Is it a Granny Smith or
she got a 5 head. She got a lot on her mind. She got a lot
on her 5 head.
She got a lot on her mind. She has a lot on her mind. Ashley's starting to grow on me. But I think the worst one of all is like, honestly, what's the green eye bandit? What's the green eye bandit? Giselle. She's old.
Eric Sermon? Like Eric Sermon?
But that's the original Green Eye Bandit. But I can't stand Giselle. Ooh, I can't stand her.
She always starting something. She always sitting there trying to be in the middle of something. She always got stuff going on.
The biggest church fan I've ever seen in my life. What?
And it say shade. You know what?
Is that
the Hooja guy from Princess Frog?
I think so.
Wait, no, that looks like the Shade, like the character, the Shade.
There's a character called the Shade.
Yeah.
In what movie? That's
like it's a comics, the Shade. Yeah.
Well, whatever. This came from my girl Crispy's. She's in the chat now. She hooked me and Ebby up. I appreciate it.
That is pretty, Chrissy. That was the Shade guy, the voodoo guy from the Princess and the Frog.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Well, El Teddy is going live at 2:30. Silly Saturdays was postponed from the AM to the PM. So at 2:30, y'all, we're gonna head on over to El Teddy's house, his room, and hang out with him for a little while. I thank everybody who came through. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate. We really appreciate it. Thank you, China White. You said you were already a member. You just had to update your information, but that's all right. It showed up as a new member, and I appreciate the love. Thank you guys for being here and being present.
Yeah,
like I said, we're gonna be here more consistently.
There's an education question.
What?
I don't know. Don't try to. He said I have an education question.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it. My bad. What's up, Dr. Chocolate? And we're gonna get that old school happy hour together. We're gonna get it together sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Just tell me what day and time I need to be ready.
We will.
I got you.
You know,
I'm gonna have Mink because she tried to throw me one from the 60s. The 60s? All right. You know what? Is there a particular song off the album or just something off the album?
I have to think of the name of the song. I can hear it in my mind. I can't think of the name of the song though.
I can hear it in my mind.
I had the CD. Shut up. Booker, yeah.
Danny said this is from the Princess and the Frog.
Yes, I remember the Shadow Demon. Mama Odie had to send him away.
Okay, I'm waiting for Doc Chocolate. We waiting for the question. Oh, here you go.
Right there.
My son is on the honor roll, but didn't score well on standardized testing. What could be the problem? That the standardized testing isn't in line. What's on the test isn't aligned with what he's learning in school. Doesn't mean he's not learning. It means that whatever he's being asked on the test is not what they're doing in school. It could be that he has test anxiety. It could be that he doesn't know the little tricks, because sometimes it's not always knowing the content. Sometimes it's understanding the tricks of learning. So I don't know what test, I don't know if you're talking about the park exam or whatever. But first of all, if it's the park exam is a horrible test. It is a horrible, horrible exam. The way the questions are worded, like when we first had to convert to the park exam, they gave the teachers the exam and the teachers were failing the exams. It's not knowing the content. It's understanding what they're asking and being able to understand the question, which and sometimes is not always worded well. So and honestly, with everything going on with COVID, most school districts aren't even looking at or weighing that testing. I wouldn't stress myself over the standardized test. Honestly,
on that, number one, like she does fantastic in school, but she was about standardized testing because her mind is so focused on what she learned. If you ask her, it's not exactly the exact question she already know. Like she blanks out. She can't. Like her mind doesn't come back around to it.
Yeah,
I had to tell her like, look. Just
y'all are in California. Crispy's might be able to give you a better answer for that because Crispy's teaches in California. But honestly, I would not stress myself right now over it. But it could be a variety of things. She could have test anxiety.
That's what I was going to say.
Or she or he. I'm sorry, because I don't know whether you say this.
Son.
Okay, son. I would talk to him about that. I mean, does he just blank out with tests? Does he get so overwhelmed? It could very well be that he knows the information,
right?
Is not a good test taker.
Because number one, they're putting so much pressure on herself. She couldn't take the test.
Yeah, I was the exact opposite. I was a great standardized test taker. That don't mean I knew what the hell I was talking about. I just knew how to. Yeah, I just knew deductive reasoning and could somehow make a good guess. Like I don't know. I knew what the hell it was.
Abracadabra.
And some people do well with the bubble end. Some people do well with like true false, or multiple choice. Some people do well with true false. Some people do well with essay type of answers. So that's what I was going to say. It might be a form of test anxiety. It's just trying to figure out where your son is. But yeah, I'm with them, with the panel. I wouldn't stress over it. There's so many things that's going on right now. A standardized test. I know we want our kids to do well, but
yeah.
I mean, I tell them to listen to music before they take their test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I want to do that. I would first have the conversation with him and ask him, does the test make him nervous? Did he, I would first talk to him about it, and then I would reach out to the school counselor and maybe get some insight from that perspective, and his teachers, of course. If it's something that you really, really want to figure out the connection, and it's something you really want to pursue, which I'm not saying you shouldn't, but that's where I would start. I would start with talking to him and finding out what he thinks it is, and then I would maybe talk to the teachers, and then I would talk to the counselors. That's how I would do it, and you can take that information and figure it out. But the biggest thing is that two things: either he has some sort of test anxiety, or the curriculum, what he's learning in school, is not aligned to what is in the test. They asked him to put him in a pull-out reading program, and I know damn well he reads and comprehends. Yeah. Okay. See, that's.
It could be anxiety. It could be anxiety. It could be like you said, if they're not teaching him what's on, if this is not lining up.
Yeah. No matter how. Again, him being able to read and comprehend based on what you and I don't know what goes on in the house. This is not a personal thing, but being able to read and comprehend with you helping him do his homework or what he can do on a day-to-day basis. Like we know that we comprehend what we want to comprehend. He can read the directions to a new Fortnite.
Right. Or, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just making it up, But when it comes down to him being able to comprehend, Article 1 of the Constitution, it may not be the same. It may not. So that's why I would have the conversation, because ask the teacher what is the teacher seeing in school, because maybe the teacher is seeing something different than what you're seeing, or maybe.
And then what was the subject of the standardized test? Because we function differently in math and in reading.
And to what Classic was saying, like Fortnite, kid understands. She will, wow. But when it comes to testing, like her mind, when it comes to school or whatever, she's so focused on like there's no middle ground. There's no gray area. Like there used to be no gray area when they were thinking when it came to school. That's why she was so terrible at standardized testing. There was no gray area. It had to be this. When I see this is supposed to be like this. When I go through it, and I had to tell her, I had to sit her down and talk to her about it. And she's, like you were saying, like I had to talk to her, and we sat down and had a long conversation. I'm like, yo, it's not that cut and dry. This is, this is not math. Like it wasn't math. So I'm like, math is cut and dry.
Right. Yep.
We know it's not.
That's a short answer.
You gotta relax and like look at the whole thing, what they're asking you, and before you take a test.
Yeah, That's where I would start. That's where I would start, babe. That's where I would start. But you can email us at the Teacher Project 2.0. You can email us if you have, you talk to the teacher, you have more questions or more concerns or even insight on which questions you should ask or whatever. Right now is a perfect time because you don't have to worry about trying to coordinate schedules. You can just do a Zoom meeting and do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the perfect time to try to have these meetings without having to run back and forth up to the school. And that's kind of where I would start. And I also would take this as this is almost going to be like a free year for most people. I can't speak for the whole country, but most school districts are not doing anything with these standardized tests. I mean, they're probably going to still administer the test, but as far as it having any sort of adverse effect on your child, and if you're talking about his standardized test from last school year, I would throw all of that out. You got to remember, they weren't even in school half the year. So I would throw all. I would if you're talking about his testing from last school year, I would not put any heavy weight on any of that. And I know that's easier said than done. I get it. But as an educator, I'm telling you, they weren't. You figured most places schools shut down starting in February, March.
Yep.
March.
So, and I know that the majority of the school year was in place, but you have to remember the anxiety that they were under when they were taking those tests in the spring. You understand what I'm saying? I wouldn't stress myself over it. Now, you said that the school wants to put him in a class. As a parent, you don't have to allow him to do it. If you think he doesn't need it, you don't. Like, they make the suggestion, but you are.
Oh, you said it's from this year.
Huh?
You said it's from this year.
Right. So you mean so they did like a benchmark test like this school year? Yeah, that's a benchmark exam. Girl, no. We did a benchmark exam too. And let me tell you how unorganized and how crazy it was. It was a test to see where the kids were, basically to try to gauge what they missed from last year with everything being so up in the air. Dark chocolate latte, again, as a parent, you have to make the final decision. I will not stress myself over it. And you have the decision about whether you think he needs that class. If you don't think he needs that pull out, then say you don't want him to be pulled out. You don't have to. They don't have they have to get your permission to do that. I mean, as a parent, that's like testing. You don't have to allow your kids to test. A lot of parents don't know that. They can opt their kids out of testing, and they're the parent. You don't have to give them permission to test your child. So I hope that helped. Maybe I hope that helped a little bit. If it didn't, email me the Teacher Project 2.0, and we can have a deeper discussion.
At what though?
At Gmail, my bad. Thank you. At Gmail. I just assumed, my bad. And I guess I shouldn't. At Gmail, thank you. The Teacher Project 2.0 at gmail.com.
Yeah, that last part helps. What? Oh, is that how we feel right now?
But
tell me who you came to see.
Thank you, guys. Mink, take us out of here.
Y'all know what? We're going to end this on a Zen note.
Oh, Zen.
So everyone, close your eyes.
Oh, Lord.
Deep breath in. Let it out. Deep breath in. Let it out. But if somebody come and try to fuck up your cheek, lean your head to the side. Really good.
I cannot.
Don't do it.
Right here.
Don't let them do it. But
guard your Yoda.
We are.
Oh, before we get out of here, I do want to say this. I forgot to tell you this, Mink. A friend of the original, if you go all the way back to the beginning of the ReallyB podcast when it was myself and
all of them,
and I actually started doing my radio show on Spikefish Radio. Mm-hmm. One of the friends to the show, D-Maz, you guys probably don't know him in the chat, but Mink, I don't know if you remember D-Maz or not. He wasn't on Spikefish, but he would, we've talked to him before, whatever. His son passed away. His son has cerebral palsy and he passed away. So I just want to send my condolences to D-Maz and the family, and sending prayers to them in this time. So
I'm so sorry to hear that. Definitely condolences.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry to end on that note, but I didn't want to not say it. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget, in an hour, little under an hour, we're gonna be over to El Teddy's place. Y'all,
El Teddy, drop your thing so we know where to go. Already.
Well, El Teddy 27 official. Hold on. Where's the link? I don't know if I have any mods in the room.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, 2020 ain't.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, a friend of mine lost his son this year too.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Like 2. Yeah, he had Adam. He had 2 sons. They both about like they teenagers. They about 6'5", but one of his sons passed.
All right, there's the link to El Teddy's place. You guys can join us over there at 2:30. Face has a VIP pass. He can come in whenever he feel like it.
Fair enough. I wasn't even gonna start to argue. All right, fair. Hey.
I'm just saying. All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. I will talk to you about later. Thank you guys again for coming through. Peace.
Thank you, everyone. Have fun.